This Monday, and we are always trying to do our best for your happiness and for beginning of your week and for beginning of our week here at CLC. And thank you very much for your support. Only with your support and only for you we're able to make our wonderful programs. And I'm very grateful and thank you for your support and for your feedback, for your comments, and for always staying with us and enjoying our programs, because we are doing them with so much love for you. And today, as a part of our mindfulness talk, mindfulness practice, I would like to talk about autopilot mode. We've discussed it before, and you probably now know that we in our mind can function in two different states. The one state is the state of awareness, and it's where we are doing things with all our attention to the process, to the present moment, to the activity that we are doing in this moment. And another state of mind and another state we are functioning in is an autopilot mode state. It's where we are doing all our activities in repetition. This state is very helpful. A lot of things that we are doing every day on a regular basis, they are repetitive. It's not very efficient for our mind every time creating the process and starting all over again. So most of our activities, they are written in our memory, in our mind, and we just going through them in autopilot mode. For example, I'm talking right now and I'm forming my words in autopilot mode, and I'm not thinking every time how letters become words, how words become sentences. It happens naturally. I once learned it. We all once learned it. It's when we are starting to learn new language, like our adult education Aspire program students is doing. They're learning new language. So for them, it's better be focused in the process with all their attention when they are learning new language. And things like driving, cleaning dishes, even when we are adults, brushing our teeth. So everything happens in autopilot mode. And you can assess this mode. For example, you are driving somewhere and your driving skills is so well developed, so you reach the point of your destination and you're wondering, like, how did I become here? So how did it happen? Because your skills is so good and you are doing it on autopilot mode. But there are times when our mind is wandering and our mind is in autopilot mode, when we don't need it, when we want to be fully concentrated, but we're still wandering. We are still putting ourselves, our mind is putting ourselves, and we are in the future or in the past, or we start judging ourselves, and it's where our critical voice coming up. But we are transferring ourselves, our mind is transferring us into this autopilot mode. But we want to be present, concentrated on the present moment, but it's not happening. So let's start our interactive part, I would like to ask you, please comment below, give us your feedback to the following question. Let me know what percentage of your attention right now is with me. So be attentive to yourself right now, and honestly, please let us know what percentage of your attention is hearing me and is with me right now. It can be 40%, 60%, 10%, 100%, 90%, or 0%. Just be honest, because it's our way to assess where we are at right now. This is our basement question for us in order to assess ourselves and to learn about our mode of awareness and mode of autopilot. So comment below and we'll see your answers. And this is the question you may ask yourself through the day when you are doing something, especially something very important for you. You are studying for your course, for your exam, for your project. You are performing very specific task at your job, so you need to be fully concentrated. So going through the day, ask yourself the question of what percentage of my attention is here, concentrated on this moment while I'm doing something very important for myself. And I see the comments, someone is fully present, someone is present just for 30%, someone is for 50%, and thank you for honesty, thank you for feedback. It's very important to just learn this about yourself. So let's move further, and I want to talk a little bit about the person who developed the process we are using here in our mindfulness practice. And this process called Mindfulness-based stress reduction. It's MBSR technique, and it was developed in around 1979 by Jon Kabat-Zinn. He was a student in Massachusetts Institute of Technology of a Nobel Prize winner, Sylvia Luria. So he was doing his dissertation in molecular biology, and his professor, his Nobel Prize winner professor, had big plans for him. He has big plans for himself. Once he finished his dissertation, he also had a great passion, and its passion was connected with bringing peace, bringing happiness to the people, and he was a big practical advocate for meditations. He was practicing his meditations for a long time at that moment, and he wanted people to know about this process. And we know all that meditations, it's very big, maybe a very controversial topic, because we all may think that in order to practice meditation and to be in this meditative state, you need like a Buddhist or monks to go up to the hills or into the jungle, just go away from the stressful environment of big cities or our normal life and practice meditation somewhere in the jungles. So that's what was a purpose of Jon Kabat-Zinn, to bring meditation into our life. And what he decided to do is he decided to take the Buddhist meditation and take a religion part, a more like a mythological or so to call part aside, and just leave an ethical part in this technique that are later he called mindfulness-based stress reduction technique. So that's what he did, and that's what we have now. So we are left with the ethical component of meditation, and this process became scientific based, so it's provenly, so it's proved that it can help to reduce your stress. And for those of you who like science, who like to do things that you know are working and you may prove it, and scientists have proved it, so this is the technique we are using here, mindfulness-based stress reduction. And moving further, I want to tell you about another research scientist and another big realization that happened at Harvard University. So one of the scientists, he was doing his dissertation and he needed to develop a project where he will assess the happiness of people through their life. So what he discovered an iPhone app called Track Your Happiness. A lot of people participated in this study. I think he collected over 75,000 unique responses from people. That was his database he analyzed from different countries, doesn't matter what age, what social status. So a lot of people were participating in his research. And what they were asking to do, they had this app on their phone, and through the day they were asked, their phone light up, and they were asked 3 questions. The first question was assess how do you feel right now? And the scale, the spectrum of the answers ranged from very satisfied and very bad. So in between of very satisfied and very bad, they were given an opportunity to pick up their state of present moment, how they were feeling. Another question was, what activity are you doing right now? So they may be the question I asked you today before is, what percentage of your attention is attributed to the activity you are doing right now? So that was 3 questions that participants were asked through the day. And what data this scientist got and what results he published was amazing. So he discovered that 47% of people's life they are spending in autopilot mode. Almost half of their life participants spent in an autopilot mode. So that means that while doing any of their activities, they responded that their mind were wandering. So they were not in the process of the activity. So they were not focused on what they were doing right now. And think of how important it is in your life. In a life of when you are going through your school years, how important is to be present at your class when your class is going on? How important is to be present when you are doing your homework, when you are preparing for your exam, doing your project? How important is to be when you are acquiring all those skills through your life? How important is to be focused and concentrated on what you are learning, what you are doing, especially when you are setting your goals, when you're on your way of achieving those goals. So it's important for kids, it's important for youth, it's important for adults, it's important for everyone. And another great example is the study published by Google.com, this big company, and they published their research, and the results was that 70% of leaders, they are having problem with concentration during their meetings. So now you can see that even leaders, people who are running big corporation companies, who have a lot of skills, a lot of experience, still struggling with their concentration during the meetings. And it's where the concentration needed the most. So I guess now you got an idea how to be focused, to be concentrated, to be in the process, to exercise your state of awareness, your state of awareness of your mind, how important is this, and we'll now start practicing our mindfulness-based stress reduction techniques. And I would like to remind you that with this, in this process, our main tool is our breathing and our attention. So I got quite a bit of responses that for some people it was hard to practice mindfulness techniques on their own. So I just want to remind you what we are doing here. So imagine we have our breathing, and we are directing our attention, and imagine it's like a light beam. So you are directing your attention into your breathing. So all your attention going into the breathing process. And at the same time, we have our meta attention, where we are learning the process of destruction. So while our attention is concentrated on the breathing, at the same time we are assessing, we are analyzing, and we are seeing how we are distracting ourselves, and where our internal critics become visible, where our mind starts wandering. And those skills, through this formal practice, allow us to bring all those things we are learning here in our regular life. So right now we'll start practicing, and I want you to find yourself comfortable in any position you would like to take. You can be in a seated position like I am in this lotus position. You can be in a standing position or sitting in a chair. Just remember that your back should be straight and relaxed. Your chest should be open and also relaxed, and your shoulders should be relaxed as well. So imagine that you are like a mountain, very strong, very stable, but relaxed, very balanced and grounded. And now when you found yourself comfortable in your position, I want you to think about where your eyes are looking at. So if you want to look at the screen, you can look at the screen. Just think of how it will affect your concentration. Will it help you or will it distract you? I always offer you this option to close your eyes and just look inside yourself. And we'll start our practice with this sound. And this sound will initiate our practice. So right now, I would like to ask you to put all your focus, to direct all your focus into the sound, and think of how the sound is appearing, how the sound is staying, and how the sound is ending or leaving, and put all your attention into this sound. And I want you to think about this sound like about all the process in our life. Everything is starting somehow, staying for some time, and we are letting go. This is the nature of life. And think about this sound, visualize it in this way. And now I want you to put all your attention into your body. We are now moving our attention in our body. And our goal here is to notice all the sensations that are happening in our body right now in this present moment. So we'll start with, in order to help you, we'll start from assessing the temperature of our body. So think of your arms and try to answer the question of what arm feels warmer and what arm feels cooler or colder. Is it your right arm, your left arm? Which one feels warmer and which one is colder? All your attention is in your body, in your arms right now. And now you are sliding your attention down into your legs. And we are trying to think and feel which leg feels warmer. Is it your right leg or left leg? Which one feels warmer? Which one feels colder? And now we are moving up, sliding your attention up from your feet, up to your abdominal area, to your chest area, and moving to your head, and trying to think of what part of your face, of your head feels warmer, and which part feels colder. And now I want you to move all your attention into your back area. Our back is where most of our attention, we are holding most of our attention. We are sitting, we are walking, we are doing any kind of activities through the day, and sometimes even all our emotions, we are holding them in our lower back or upper back. So just move all your attention into this area and try to feel any sensation that's coming up for you. Remember, your mind may start wandering and you are noticing it. Thank yourself for being able to noticing your mind wandering, putting your attention back into your body, and just noticing all the sensations that are staying in your body or going through your body right now. And if you feel any tension in your back, with another inhale, just bring all your focus into your back area. And when you are exhaling, naturally release the tension in your back. And we'll do 2 more breaths like this. Breathing in, putting all our focus in our back area, and breathing out, releasing this tension. Breathing in again and allowing all our attention to this back area, and breathing out, releasing the tension. And now we are moving our attention into our body as a whole. We are trying to visualize ourselves grounded and balanced. And help us to feel our body better, we ask our question, what part of our body feels more warm, what part of our body feels colder. Just to help more connect with our body, we may ask ourselves this question. And now, from being concentrated on our body, we are widening our focus, and we are now allowing ourselves to feel our body inside our environment right now, inside our room, inside our space. So we are moving our attention outside of our body and imagining our body in the space we are right now. And still, if your mind is wandering, just notice it. Thank yourself for being able to noticing your wandering mind and gently bring your focus, your attention to where it was before. And now we are moving our attention into our breathing. So we're noticing that we were breathing. That happens voluntarily. So I'm changing my legs, changing my position a little bit. And we are noticing our breathing process. And as we talking before on our last session, when we are breathing, we can think of 3 points of breath. So our breath starts from our mouth or our nose. It's then moving to our chest area, and we are feeling our abdominal area expanding. So while you are breathing, I want you to concentrate on the particular area. So you choose if it's your nose and where the air is coming through, your chest that's expanding, your belly that's expanding. So just concentrate on one area. And this time I'm going to be concentrated on my abdominal area when I'm breathing. And while you are breathing, we are doing those breaths in, breaths out, breaths in, breaths out. While you're concentrating on one particular area, so you are now learning and you are now going through this process of discovering how the breath is happening in this particular area. So for me, is my abdominal area. And I may notice that the cooler air is going in while I'm breathing in, and I'm exhaling all the tension. The warmer air is going out. I may notice that my belly is expanding while I'm breathing in and coming back to the previous position. So you're just learning about how the breath is happening in the particular area of your body. And you are trying to be concentrated on the area you picked up. And your mind may start wandering again. Your critic voice may come up. Or you may go to your future, your plans, or you may think of your past, about the previous weekend. Just thank yourself of noticing this and gently bring your attention into the point where you were concentrating before. And we'll do 3 more breaths in, breath out, concentrating on the area, breathe in, breathe out, another breath in, and breath out. And next, 20 seconds we'll just spend in a silence, breathing in and breathing out, and just listening our breaths. And now I just want to bring all your attention to the sound again. And think of again how the sound starts, how it's staying, and how the sound is leaving the space. So this sound will end our practice for today. So remember, our practice is very important, and that's what I would like you to do going through your week. Please practice concentration. Please practice focusing on your breathing. And for those of you who are more advanced meditation practitioners, ideally you may want to practice meditation for 5, 7, even 10 minutes during the day. If it's hard for you to stay in a meditative mode or in a concentration mode, concentrating on your breathing for so long, the easiest practice is going to be this way. So I want you, before every meal, I want you to take 3 very focused breathing, where you are putting all your attention in your breath, in your breathing patterns. And just before all your meals, you take those 3 breaths and just notice what's going on. Just stop for a couple of seconds, make 1 breath in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. And just assess what's going on. And comment and send us your realization, send us your feedback, and maybe you will find a lot of new information about yourself or anything that comes up happening in your mind in your present moment. Another practice that used in a Google course, in a special mindfulness Google course, and it's called Search Inside Yourself. So going through the day, at some point you maybe want to set an alarm for yourself. You want to ask yourself 3 questions. And those questions are connected to the breathing again. So first, you take conscious breath in, and you're concentrating on your breathing, and breathe out. Then you put all your attention with another breath. You put all your attention into your body. So you breathe in, breathe out with all your attention into your body. And next question is you are breathing in, breathing out, and asking yourself, what is the most important thing for you right now? And those 3 steps, put all your awareness into your breath, put all your awareness into your body, and then ask yourself this question is, what is the most important thing for you right now? So try to do at least one of the practice this week, training your concentration, training your awareness, bringing your focus back from the autopilot mode. And remember, the homework I gave you from last session is discover your inner critic. So I hope that Some of you were able to discover your inner critic, and now you are hearing this voice, something that criticizes you inside your head. So now maybe you hear it better and better, and you understand where this voice is coming from. Remember, practice is very important, and that's what we are doing here, and that's how we are learning new skills. And at the end of our practice today, I would like to read you a short story. And this story is very connected to what we are doing. It's very connected to mindfulness. It's very connected to acquiring new habits. It's very connected to skills we are learning here and how we are learning these skills. I love this story so much, so I wish you will love it as well. So this short story called Autobiography in 5 Short Chapters. And it's written by Portia Nelson. Chapter number 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter number 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I still don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. It isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter number 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. It's my fault. I know where I am. I get out immediately. Chapter number 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it. I walk around it. And chapter number 5. I walk down a different street. So I hope you'll extract some meaning from this short story. And thank you for practicing with us mindfulness-based stress reduction techniques. Remember, breathing is our main anchor. It will help you going through your week, put all your attention, awareness like a light beam in your breathing. Create this space in between your stimulus and your reaction. Respond rather than react to circumstances that you meet through your week, and be compassionate and loving to yourself, to others. And I wish you the happiest week, and I'll see you Monday at 9 a.m. with another great practice and with another great realizations. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful, and see you next Monday. Bye-bye.